I really wanted to see what the maximum output of the new improved bad cheese build was, so I'm going to roll with a very overtuned setup in terms of it's going to be killing things extremely well. I forgot to add. Oh damn, that's unfortunate. There was a specific passive I was going to add to my deck, which was short fuse. Seems like I forgot to add it, which I think should be pretty fine, but it is going to make a difference. I'm going to be killing things slower. I have a Pebble in my deck because I'm playing on Cruci 10. I figured this is a good chance to play on a bit higher of a Cruci level, although I didn't want to go so far as to add a Terrible to my deck because that's just one more orb that I'll need to remove. Well, that simplifies things. I really can't actually upgrade the Memob any more than this. I need the Memob because, as you'll notice, I specifically want to have an orb which destroys itself after one shot, which of course, you know, like Doctor Orb is going to be much better for this, but you know, Doctor Orb's also just a pretty decent orb to have. I didn't plan on having a very decent orb like that in my deck to start off with. I'll continue. A good way to be able to pull off the combo that I want, because I don't want the orb to stick around in my deck, but I want to be able to hit bombs on the first shot. And, you know, I was meant to be able to actually pop the bombs in one hit, and it's definitely quite unfortunate that I won't be able to. This is actually just a really good seed. I've gotten a lot of passives at this point. I don't even want to go to the shop, actually. But I'm fine to go to the shop because I'll pass them to an elite that way. Please hit a bomb. Perfect, I got at least one bomb. That's just nice. It was just going to kill the enemies, but this spinfection should be cool as well. Wow, that was an actual damage memo. It's crazy. I usually don't expect that from memo. Nice. Because that way I still get to have the benefits of shooting a shot and getting the spinfection from it, but I don't have any orbs in my deck for most of the run. So the main thing I also want to see is I think that this build may actually have a chance to beat Demon War. And Bad Cheese did receive a really big buff recently in the fact that there's now 3 bosses in Area 2, which makes it much more likely that you're actually not going to see Demon War and immediately lose your run. But I think there's a chance that you may actually be able to beat Demon War with this build as well. You may need Decoy Orb for +1 turn. And I can't think of what else would buy you the time you need for that fight. But even if you do, like, that's still pretty solid. I mean, that's pretty crazy fast, right? It's actually very impressive. I do need to make sure not to upgrade my Memob though, because the next upgrade of Memob is deadly for what I want to be doing. It's part of the reason why I would have preferred to do the Doctor Orb as well. Let's just hit this bomb twice, thank you very much. Nice. We lose 0 health simply. That's also just a very good shot. So how quickly? It's 2 shots so far. I mean, it's pretty fast. I think that's the 4th. It's kind of hard to tell because they're ticking 2 at a time. But I mean, it is pretty damn fast. Like, this is 1600 health, like, that's no small amount. There's another Memob. It's actually good to know that I'll be able to find more Memobs if I... That's perfect. I just need to hit bombs, that's it. Okay, so we don't actually fight Demon War, which, you know, would be nice to know if I can actually beat it. I Puppet as well, which is actually a pickup that I was quite happy with, because it allows me to not take any damage for the first hit and all future hits. I don't believe there's anybody who can really interact with me either. Like, the only other boss who could interact with me is inflicting spinfection on me. But that doesn't even do anything because I'm not going to be fighting him. Oh, I took him down. Healthy? Damn. So sad. I do actually have like, this would be a decent run if I was actually doing a run. I'm kind of doing an idea more than a run at this point. But, like, Cookie Pegback? That would actually be kind of crazy. I don't think there's any way we can get spinfection on enemies that haven't spawned yet, other than waiting a bit, which we could also do. You know, waiting a bit does mean that we would get the damage on them. That being said, bad cheese is still just like noticeably fast. I would really love a short fuse, so I am just going to go to the shop, or maybe not. I'm perfectly fine to not go to the shop here. 43 damage for 21 gold. It's a really bad deal, but I'll do it because health doesn't actually matter for us. I said health doesn't matter, and then I got resistance. The good news is I didn't get a crit, so 0 damage, and you now have health infection. Nice, he's just doomed. Oh, actually, he gets to move up and slap us. That's funny. He doesn't scale in the circle though, because we're not hitting him, as well as, you know, like, he won't actually deal damage to us. So what events will force an orb into our deck? Ouroboros won't. Because we can remove an orb. And the remove an orb choice from Ouroboros actually doesn't remove... Oh, that's actually cool. Didn't notice that. Ring of Pain might be fun. Didn't realize there was a random elite there. That's nice. Cool. Definitely do want to end up going left after this, but it's not that urgent. Anything? Nothing, damn. I was hoping to get the combo with one spinfection, because it literally doubles the speed, right? It would certainly be nice. But definitely not mandatory, yeah? Oh, the refreshers also move every shot. We could do some very fun things with that. If we actually had shots in our deck. But we don't. Yet. I could add them, that's for sure. Scaling. It's scaling. Scale. Sorry, I never noticed that one. I don't think I did actually. I could have. The fact that the scaling is a scale. Alright, well they're all doomed. Because they're taking 40 damage scaling per turn, right? Yeah. Scales 20 every turn. And it was 40 when I said so. Did the animation get faster because I added in a bounce? That might actually be true because, you know, like, they don't want to stack too many animations at once. Orbit Story, that's nice. I would really love Short Fuse here. Damn. Would have been nice, eh? Heal 1 every every shot. I'm just going to full buy here so that finding Short Fuse is easier. Since I really just want to make sure that I'm hitting bombs. That should have hit a bomb. It did. Good. It's a targeting orb as well, so I take no health loss, and the enemies are all just dead. Nice and simple, eh? It's definitely faster than Bad Cheese, but honestly I was really hoping to get Demon Wall this fight, just so I could see how fast Demon Wall would be. Because I think that it's certainly interesting. I also have a lot of scaling, you know, like that's actually a very large amount. Oh, Super Boots for healing as well, that's cool. Well, there goes that 40 damage that I took to gain a tiny bit of cash. Let's just discard here because I can. Then we'll shoot this as a one shot and it'll go and hit some bombs. That sucks. Oh well. Oh god, imagine I got random spinfection. Would have been cool. But yeah. I mean, this is an absolute classic here. Cheesing this crossbow because he's the only one of the bosses that you could actually cheese. I do feel like we actually have enough to cheese Demon Wall now though. Like surely it's just enough. 40 scaling per turn. I don't know how many turns you get. That's actually a very easy one to math out. Because it's literally exactly 40 scaling per turn. I guess plus first shot. And the first shot is going to get quite a bit of damage as well. Electro-Peglin. So I actually hit my bomb. I like the sounds of that. Yeah, you'll notice I also have Bomb Baton just to make sure I hit this early bomb, but you know I didn't even finish the concept, which is Bomb Baton plus Short Fuse. Oh yeah, done. I do like Orbit Story quite a bit. It's quite a shame that I haven't gone using it recently in my later... Oh my god. It's quite a shame that my recent runs haven't really used it as much. I think that it's definitely much better than I initially thought. Clearly I need to do my tier list again sometime soon. There's definitely some stuff to add to it. Yeah, I'll just go left. Let's prioritize question marks, because prioritizing question marks when I have an orbit story, it does actually improve the odds to find stuff by quite a bit. Like, it's actually pretty decent. I was really thinking of playing Peglin Tuition for this run initially, just because, you know, Peglin Tuition is such a nice passive to have. There we go. That's the passive I was looking for. Very happy to have found it. Minus 50 max HP. I don't know who I'm fighting, but if I'm fighting Sapper, the Sapper dude, then it would actually be quite problematic to remove all of that lovely health that I have. Although I imagine it shouldn't be a problem. Oh my god, we absolutely... Oh my god. Oh, he didn't see that one coming, eh? He did not. Unfortunate for him, eh? But yeah, spinseption is really amazing against him because he just gets ticked by it 2 times every turn, which is amazing. I get amazing... I should have stopped that. It's crazy just how much like a 2 times multiplier on hitting them with spinfection every turn is. It's actually insane. Anyway, like 250 and then 120 per reload. Those are some pretty decent numbers, eh? Duplication station every 4 shots. I wonder, does that count reloads? Does it cycle on round guard procs? That would be interesting. I am definitely not upgrading at all, thank you very much. That would have been unfortunate. Doesn't particularly matter, but you know, I did actually plan on going to the store there. God, Magnet is very cool. Nice try. I do kind of love the fact that Puppet is just making it so that we don't get scratched every single time. Because like technically we will be losing a bit every single time, but Puppet just makes it so that we don't. We have to fight an enemy with multiple sources of AoE. Oh, sorry, range. The enemies that you want AoE against. And most enemies in Area 3 aren't really going to have that. Especially not this guy. Blind. One of the things that I think might be interesting as well is the new... what's it called? Darkness of Turbo in an all-passive run with Rounder Relics as your basis. I think that actually sounds pretty interesting because Baladroit just granting you that extra starting shield sounds kind of nice, and I don't think Rounder really cares about it otherwise. This should hit a bomb. It's kind of unfortunate that I don't believe the Elite has spawned yet, so he's not going to get Spinfection. Actually, honestly, it'd be pretty easy to tell if he does or not, because the fight's just going to be that much faster. Wait, I took damage here. Also, they have a stack attack. Man, they just got promoted. They really didn't stand a chance though. No, he's definitely getting Spinfection here. That's all that 250 is. It looks like he's also moving 2 squares to turn perhaps. It would be cool if he was. Some nice passes. This would have actually been a very interesting run. I think this seed is pretty decent. Area 2 wasn't. No, the Area 2 was pretty good thanks to the shops, I'd say. Like, actually just very solid stuff. I'll show the seed real quick. I guess right after I take my first shot. I hit a bomb, so... Oh yeah, there's the seed. I pressed the S button and I was like, why did I press the S button again? And I unpressed it. And I called that. Yeah, I took damage there? Oh, Puppet. Alright. I forgot Puppet prevents attack, not sapper damage. Sorry, which includes sapper damage. Man, like, see what I mean? He's getting melted so fast. Like, this guy's literally going to explode on us before he dies. It's crazy. Like, it actually increased so much. But yeah, like 2-8, and this is with -2, -2. 4-10. It's definitely not as interesting with Baladroit as I was initially considering. But it's not bad. Man, Super Boost is just such a cool passive. The fact that it's just like, yeah, I can constantly greed and I want a bomb here, please. If you would be so kind, thank you. I believe that was a bomb I saw. The momentum looked like a bomb. It looked like I hit a bomb into a refresh, but that one certainly was a bomb, so looks like I'm golden. So how many turns is it going to take? It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to be paying attention here. 1, 2, 3. This is the ton of damage we're taking down every turn on spinfection as well. 4, 5. You can really tell that the minions don't have the spinfection because it is dealing such high damage to the boss and absolutely nothing to anyone else. That was 6, and this is 7, and it looks like on the 8th turn he died. Honestly, that's actually pretty good. That's probably a roundabout average for like your normal comp. Like, very impressed with that. I think that this comp is very interesting. You definitely... Spinception is not a necessary part of the comp, but you are going to need to find a fuel for a spinfection application. A good way you can do that is Mask of Sorrow. Like, Mask of Sorrow sounds, plus Joke Mod sounds like a pretty good way to constantly apply it. Uh, yeah, Short Fuse is... I should have started off with it. I kind of forgot. I made the run a few times, like sometimes I would forget a memo orb, which, it's pretty mandatory. It turns out I would have been able to find on that run, but, the start's just not quite as fun without that memo orb, right? Yeah, this is the best use for memo I've ever found. Memo Bomb Memo used to be such a fun orb, mostly because it was good because Winchester was insane, and I feel like it's just gotten a bit weaker every single time. I think there was one patch back. I liked Memo a lot, and then they buffed it a bit more, and that was like really the glory days of Memo. And then by the next time it was patched, this is probably Peglin demo days, to be honest. Um, the good old days. But yeah, that was probably the last patch that it was actually like playable in, and it just has such a high requirement at this point. Flat damage is not as good as it used to be. Back when there was only one area, flat damage. Anyway, very happy with that boss pass was here just because it literally just allowed us to hit bombs easier, which is literally all we needed. Like we just hit bombs once and then we bad cheese the rest of the way. That really does remind you just how slow the bad cheese was. Like we killed the boss in 8 turns, and bad cheese would have been more like 18 plus. Actually, would have been way more than 18, probably more like 28.